I'm recording again. The last night, my children were looking at a picture of my son, who was then less than 1 year old, and he was with his cousin, my nephew, who was less than 1 year old. He was younger by like a month, and um, and so my nephew ended up dying when he was 9 months old. And so my children were asking about, well, what happens when you die? And so I wanted to share kind of my answers because I wanted to get feedback from people about, how they answer that question. And so there's the answer you share with your 4-year-old and with your 6-year-old, and then the answer you talk about with like your spouse. And so the most basic answer was there's a heaven where and that we will, if we are good, then we will end up being reunited with, with everyone who was good. And if you make bad decisions and hurt people, there's a chance you might not be able to be reunited. And so that's like the most basic answer. And then the question that came up after that was, well, what happens if you die when you're a baby, when you're young? And I think the answer there is that and I think I heard this from like a rabbi, is that you can be reborn and reincarnated. The soul can be brought back because the soul did not have enough experiences. And so there's a chance that, my nephew is here on this planet. His soul is here on this planet. And so that's the basic answer. But then the more complex answer I discussed with my wife was that we are here and we can build the kingdom of heaven so that everyone is reunited, is brought back. And the worst sin, the worst thing you can do that would cause you not to be able to be brought back is to be someone who knows God and then rejects God and lies about God to everyone. And so most people would be reunited in the kingdom of heaven here on earth. And so then the Gavin spin on things is that we live in a world where everything about us, everything that happens is recorded, is saved. It did not just disappear. And so we, as a people, can develop technology to access all of that information and bring people back. And you can call that collection of information about the individual and their experiences, you can call that a soul. And yeah, that's my daughter. I need to go get her. But yeah, if you in the kingdom of heaven, we can bring everyone back, and you do not have to fear death, and there is no war, and there's peace, and all of your needs are provided for. And so that's, to me, the real heaven, and the place where you go when you die. That's where you're waiting to be brought back once the kingdom of heaven is built. So that's my answer, and I look forward to you like pointing at anything that I would get wrong, or pointing at how you would answer these questions to a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old and to an adult, and then specifically, what about the 9-month-old who dies? So I appreciate your listening, and I look forward to hearing from you.